But as a human being, you need to rest. And for you to rest, you must lay down your head somewhere. And for me, you must be allowed to lay down your head where you don't have to ask anybody. You must be able to lay down your head without asking your mother or your father or your uncle or your boss or your landlord or the government. Good morning. Good morning. Another beautiful day in Lusaka, Zambia. I thought I'd add on to what I said yesterday or the day before. I mentioned that when you leave school, doesn't matter how old you are, you're given your reg card, your school leaving certificate, and some land. And why has this been on my mind? You see, I've always told my children, you don't have to do anything, but you always have to be somewhere. Even if it's, at the cemetery in Leopard's Hill, you're still somewhere. Now, I haven't read many books, but the Americans say you must have life and liberty and the opportunity to do what you want. And I think that's true. Having lived my life, I want to have the chance to make the most of my life. But the thing is that you give me the right to life, yes, and then you don't give me a place where I can lay down my head. It is not just my right to life. I need a right to a place to lay my head down. And that's why I insist you leave school, grade 3, grade 5, form 5, grade 12, whatever it may be. You're given some land to lay your head down. You should not have to ask anybody where you are going to lie down at the end of the day, or when you are tired, or when you are sick. You don't need to ask an uncle or the government or your parents that now I'm tired, can I just lie down here? It should, just as it has your right to succeed in this world, for you to have the opportunity to succeed in this world, you must be rested. Human beings have to sleep. And you shouldn't be saying to mom or dad, uncle or auntie, boss, manager, oh, can I lie down over there? You should have some space, a place where you can go and rest and come back refreshed. I think that part was missed out by how can I say? It was missed out by the people, the politicians. Yes, the politicians. Because if they tell you that you can have some land, yeah, you're taking power away from them. And that's why they say, yes, you're a free person, you're a citizen, go ahead into the economy and do what you like, feel free. But they forget that you're a human. And if you're a human, you must rest. And you must be able to rest unconditionally, immaterial of what your status is, whether you're in employment, not in employment. Rest is a necessity of human life. And therefore, you must have a place that is yours where you get to rest. I have a little sample here for you of what I did on my own. When I realized I was going to be evicted, I started planting. I started planting in buckets because I knew at some point I'll be relieved of my home, and I didn't want to start from scratch when I reached my new place. These are the produce. They're in the buckets because they were preparing for my exit from someone else's yard. So the other day I spoke. I said, you must ask your government for land. And I want to explain a bit more as to why I think it's necessary. When you listen to the Americans, they'll tell you that men and women have to have life and liberty and the freedom to pursue their happiness. But I want to add, yes, you must have those things. But as a human being, you need to rest. And for you to rest, you must lay down your head somewhere. And for me, you must be allowed to lay down your head where you don't have to ask anybody. You must be able to lay down your head without asking your mother or your father or your uncle or your boss or your landlord or the government. You should have your own place to rest and lay down your head without asking anybody. I always tell my children that you don't have to do anything, but you have to be somewhere. Even if that somewhere is in the cemetery, you have to be somewhere. And that's the piece that's been missing in our constitution and in our attitude of our politicians. You have to be somewhere. And you shouldn't need permission from anybody to lay your head down. Thank you.